This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever noticed that little scratch in your throat that just won't go away? Or maybe you've caught yourself saying, "I used to bounce back from colds a lot quicker." You're not alone. As we get older, our immune system tends to slow down a bit, not because we've done something wrong, but simply because our bodies have been working hard for decades. But here's the good news: nature has given us some gentle, powerful ways to support our immune system, and many of them are sitting right in your kitchen, or can be picked up easily at your local store. So today, let's talk heart to heart about something that truly matters: protecting our health from the inside out. In this video, we're diving into the top 10 herbs that can naturally strengthen your immune system. No magic pills, no complicated routines. Just time-tested herbs that have supported people for generations. Before we begin, if you're dealing with any chronic conditions, taking medications, or have concerns about herbs and interactions, please share them in the comments. I read every message, and I want to make sure you feel heard, supported, and guided in the right direction. Let's build a community of wisdom and wellness together. Now, let's begin with a herb that's been around for thousands of years and still earns its place on the shelf today. Let me ask you something. When you feel a cold coming on, what's the first thing you reach for? Most people will say vitamin C, maybe some soup, or if you're like my Aunt Ruth, a hot toddy and a blanket. But what if I told you there's a natural herb known to help your immune system respond faster and stronger? It's echinacea, and let me tell you, this little flower is a powerhouse. Native to North America, it was traditionally used by indigenous peoples to treat infections, wounds, and colds. Modern science caught on later and found that echinacea may help your body produce more white blood cells. Those are your body's defenders, your internal soldiers fighting off viruses and bacteria. Now, echinacea isn't something you take every day like a multivitamin. It's most effective when used at the first sign of illness. So if you wake up with a sore throat or that rundown feeling, you can brew a warm echinacea tea or take it in capsule form for a few days. It's like giving your immune system a little pep talk. Just make sure not to overdo it. Your immune system works best with gentle support, not a bulldozer. Now, let's move to something you might already be using in your cooking, but maybe without realizing just how much it's doing for your health. I'm talking about garlic, not the powdered kind hiding in the back of your spice rack. I mean real, fresh, pungent garlic that makes your hands smell like Sunday dinner. Garlic has been used for centuries, and studies today show it contains compounds like allicin that have antiviral, antibacterial, and even antifungal properties. That means it doesn't just flavor your food. It actually helps your body fight off harmful invaders. Let me tell you about Mr. Jackson, one of my patients in his late 70s. Every winter, like clockwork, he'd come in with bronchitis. But last year, he started adding crushed garlic to his meals 4 to 5 times a week. Just as we'd discussed. That winter, not a single respiratory infection. Now, I'm not saying garlic is a cure-all, but for some folks, it's a game changer. And here's a tip. Let garlic sit for a few minutes after chopping it. That resting time allows those immune-boosting compounds to activate. Then toss it into your soup, roasted veggies, or even mash it into a little olive oil and spread it on toast. It's food as medicine, just like our grandparents used to believe. Okay, now stay with me here, because this next herb might surprise you. It's not one of those trendy health fads. It's ancient, earthy, and deeply grounding, astragalus root. Now I know that name sounds like it came out of a wizard's cabinet, but trust me, it's one of the most respected herbs in traditional Chinese medicine. Astragalus helps your immune system adapt. That means it boosts it when you're under stress or fighting an infection, but calms it down if it's overreacting. For people over 60, that balance is crucial. You want your immune system sharp, but not so fired up that it turns on your own tissues, which is something that becomes more common. As we age, it's best taken as a tea or in tincture form, slow, steady, supportive. It's not for emergencies, but it's great for long-term use. Think of it as fertilizer for your immune system. It doesn't work overnight, but over weeks and months, it helps strengthen your inner garden. And now, let's take a walk into something a little sweeter, because yes, healthy can taste good too. Elderberry is one of those herbs that almost feels like a gift. Rich in antioxidants and known for helping reduce the duration and severity of colds and flu, elderberry works by blocking viruses from attaching to your cells. It's kind of like putting up a no trespassing sign for germs. I remember recommending elderberry syrup to a couple in their late 60s who were caring for their grandkids. You know how it goes, lots of sticky hands and tiny sneezes. They started taking elderberry at the start of cold season, and not only did they stay healthy, but they said they felt more energized and resilient, even with the little ones climbing all over them. Elderberry syrup is easy to find, and it's delicious, just 1 or 2 teaspoons a day, especially during cold and flu season. Just be sure to get it from a trusted source, because raw elderberries aren't safe to eat unless properly prepared. So now, we've opened the door to some of nature's finest immune allies, herbs that have stood the test of time, trusted by cultures around the world, and supported by science today. You don't need to change your entire life or empty your wallet. Just small, thoughtful additions to your routine can help your immune system feel supported, balanced, and ready to protect you. Have any of these herbs already been a part of your life? Or are you thinking of trying one for the first time? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if you're dealing with something specific, autoimmune conditions, infections, inflammation, please share. We're here to help, and you're never alone in this journey. Now, let's keep going, because there are more beautiful, powerful plants waiting to meet you. Now that we've taken those first few steps into the world of natural immunity boosters, let's keep the momentum going. You've already met echinacea and elderberry, 2 of nature's most trusted allies. But the story doesn't end there. In fact, some of the most powerful herbs are the ones quietly sitting on your spice rack or steeping in your favorite evening tea. And the next one we're about to explore, it's been used for thousands of years, and for good reason. Garlic. That's right, good old-fashioned garlic. Now, I know some folks shy away from it because of the smell. But if there were ever a reason to lean in instead of turning away, this is it. Garlic is packed with compounds like allicin that have strong antiviral and antibacterial properties. It's like a tiny warrior that goes into battle every time you take a bite. And for those of us over 60, whose immune systems may not be as quick to respond as they used to be, garlic can act like a trusted bodyguard. What's beautiful about garlic is that it works best when it's raw or lightly cooked, crushed, chopped, or even steeped in warm water to make a soothing tea with honey and lemon. It doesn't take much. 1 clove a day can help. I've seen patients who started adding it to their morning avocado toast or evening soups and noticed fewer colds, less congestion, and even better digestion. It's gentle, powerful, and so easy to work into your meals. But we're not stopping there. Let's move to something a little more exotic, something that adds both color and healing to your plate. Turmeric. Now this one is a true gem. You might know turmeric as the spice that gives curry its golden glow. But what gives turmeric its immune-boosting magic is a compound called curcumin. Curcumin is a natural anti-inflammatory, and when inflammation is kept in check, your immune system doesn't get overworked. That's especially important as we age. Our bodies can sometimes go into overdrive, attacking things they shouldn't, and that creates unnecessary stress and fatigue. Adding turmeric to your routine doesn't have to be complicated. A pinch in your morning scrambled eggs, a sprinkle over roasted vegetables, or my personal favorite, turmeric tea or golden milk, made with warm almond or oat milk, a dash of black pepper, and a bit of honey. That black pepper, by the way, helps your body absorb the curcumin better, so don't skip it. It's like the key that unlocks the door. One of my longtime patients, she's 72, a retired nurse, started drinking golden milk every night before bed. She said it helped her sleep better, and over time, she felt like her body was more resilient. She didn't get knocked out by seasonal bugs like she used to. That's the kind of quiet strength we're after. Now, before we move on, let's take a breath together. You're doing something powerful here just by learning and listening. These aren't just herbs, they're tools, natural, safe, and deeply rooted in tradition. And when we use them with intention, they can bring balance back to our bodies in ways that pills sometimes can't. Next up, let's talk about something green, soothing, and deeply calming: holy basil, also known as tulsi. This isn't the sweet basil you sprinkle over pasta. Holy basil has been called the queen of herbs in traditional Ayurvedic medicine. It's known not just for boosting immunity, but for helping regulate stress, something that directly affects how well your immune system works. You see, when we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, and if that cortisol stays high for too long, it starts to suppress the immune response. Holy basil helps bring that level down. Think of it like a gentle hand on your shoulder, reminding your body to breathe and relax. Less stress means more energy for healing, fighting off germs, and keeping you well. One of the easiest ways to enjoy holy basil is in tea form. You can find tulsi tea at most health food stores or online, often blended with ginger or mint. Sip it in the afternoon or just before bed, and let its calming effect wash over you. I've recommended this to so many patients dealing with chronic stress, insomnia, or that tired but wired feeling that sneaks in after retirement. It helps calm the nervous system without making you groggy. Speaking of calm, I want to take a moment here to check in with you. How are you feeling right now? Are you thinking about your own immune system? Maybe a time when you bounced back from illness faster than expected, or a time when recovery took longer than you hoped. These herbs aren't miracle cures, but when used consistently, they help stack the deck in your favor, and you deserve every advantage you can get. Let me share a quick story. There was a gentleman I saw for years. He was 78, lived alone, but loved to cook. He once told me he didn't believe in herbal remedies until he caught a cold that lingered for weeks. That's when he decided to try some of the herbs we're talking about: garlic, turmeric, and holy basil, all worked into his meals and tea. Over time, he noticed something subtle. He wasn't just getting sick less often, he had more energy. His joints didn't ache as much, and even his mood was better. He used to joke that he didn't just feel younger, he felt alive again. That's what I want for you. Not just to avoid illness, but to feel good again. To take back some of that spark that time might have dimmed. And herbs, as simple as they may seem, can play a powerful role in that transformation. So we've talked about garlic, turmeric, and holy basil, 3 herbal allies that support your body from the inside out. Whether you're adding a pinch to your soup or sipping a warm mug of tea before bed, each of these choices sends a message to your body: I care about you. I want to protect you. Let's keep going. The next herb we'll explore is just as rich in history and healing. Ready? We've come a long way already. Garlic, turmeric, and holy basil have given us powerful tools to nurture the immune system. But there's another herb I'm eager to introduce you to. It's gentle, fragrant, and you probably already know it from your favorite bedtime tea: chamomile. Now, I know chamomile might not sound as bold as garlic or turmeric. It's not spicy or exotic, but don't let its soft nature fool you. Chamomile may be quiet, but it's a quiet strength. This little flower is rich in antioxidants and has anti-inflammatory effects that support the immune system, especially when the body is run down by stress or lack of sleep. And here's the thing many people don't realize: when you're not sleeping well, your body doesn't have time to repair itself. That's when your immune system starts to weaken. Chamomile tea can help. 1 warm mug before bed signals the body to wind down, lowers anxiety, and even improves sleep quality. It's like a lullaby in a cup. One woman I worked with, she was in her 60s. Retired school teacher, used to struggle with restless nights. She wasn't sick, just tired all the time. I suggested she try chamomile tea with a touch of raw honey in the evenings. Within weeks, her sleep improved, and with better sleep came a stronger immune response, fewer sinus infections, more energy, and even a brighter mood. Next on our list is something a bit more vibrant both in color and flavor: ginger. Now this herb is a powerhouse. Ginger is warming, stimulating, and packed with compounds like gingerol that not only reduce inflammation, but also help fight viruses and bacteria. You know that burning sensation when you bite into a piece of raw ginger? That's your body waking up. It stimulates circulation, clears congestion, and helps detox the lymphatic system, all essential for staying well. Ginger works beautifully as a tea, grated fresh into hot water with lemon and honey. Or you can add it to your cooking soups, stir fries, even smoothies. It's especially helpful at the first sign of a cold or sore throat. Some folks I know even chew a little raw ginger when they feel something coming on. It's spicy, yes, but incredibly effective. And here's a little tip. Ginger pairs beautifully with turmeric. The two together form a kind of herbal tag team, anti-inflammatory, immune-boosting, and energizing without caffeine. A warm ginger turmeric tea in the morning? It's like liquid sunshine. Now, let's pivot slightly to something deeply nourishing, something that works on a foundational level to help your body regenerate and defend. Astragalus. Astragalus might not be as well known in Western kitchens, but it's been a staple in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years. It's what we call an adaptogen, a herb that helps the body adapt to stress, stabilize energy levels, and bolster immune function over time. What I love about astragalus is that it works quietly in the background. It's not a quick fix, it's a long game herb. Taken regularly, it helps build resilience. It supports the white blood cells, your body's first line of defense, and helps reduce inflammation caused by chronic stress or illness. Now, most people don't take astragalus raw. It's usually added to soups or broths as a dried root, or taken as a tea or capsule. I often recommend adding it to a slow-cooked chicken soup. It infuses the broth with its healing properties. It has a light, sweet, earthy flavor, nothing overwhelming, just comforting. I once knew a couple in their late 60s who started adding astragalus root to their weekend soup routine every winter. They weren't herbal types, as they joke, but after a year, they both noticed fewer colds, faster recovery times, and even steadier energy. They've been using it ever since. As we reflect on these 6 herbs: echinacea, elderberry, garlic, turmeric, holy basil, chamomile, ginger, and astragalus, there's a clear thread that ties them all together. They're not about fighting illness with brute force. They're about supporting the body, gently and consistently, to do what it was designed to do: heal, protect, and thrive. You're not too old to feel strong. You're not too late to feel alive. And these herbs, when used wisely, are invitations to step back into that strength, one tea at a time, one spoonful at a time. And now, we're down to the final 2 herbs in our top 10, perhaps the most quietly powerful of them all. Ready to meet them? We've explored herbs that soothe, strengthen, and awaken the body, and now we arrive at 2 final treasures. These may not always make the headlines, but in the world of natural immunity, they're like quiet guardians, working patiently and powerfully behind the scenes. Let's begin with one of nature's most elegant, earthy gifts, licorice root. Now, before you think of candy, let me be clear, we're not talking about the sugary black ropes at the grocery store. This is the real licorice root, used for centuries to support immune health, soothe inflammation, and protect the respiratory system. It's especially helpful for folks who deal with chronic coughs, sore throats, or fatigue that lingers long after a cold is gone. Licorice is unique in that it acts as a harmonizer. That means it helps the body balance itself. It boosts the immune system when it's too weak, but it also calms the immune response when it's overactive, like in autoimmune issues or chronic inflammation. That makes it incredibly helpful for aging bodies, which may not bounce back the way they used to, or may be a little too sensitive to every change in the weather. And for those who feel like they're always catching every little bug that comes around, licorice tea can be a gentle daily remedy. Just a small cup in the morning, warm, slightly sweet, and comforting. I've even had patients say it became part of their quiet morning ritual, replacing coffee with something that actually made them feel better throughout the day. But a little word of caution: if you have high blood pressure or are on certain medications, you'll want to check with your doctor before using licorice regularly. As with all powerful herbs, even the gentlest ones need a respectful approach. And finally, we come to a beautiful, deep green leaf that might already be in your garden or your salad bowl. Oregano. Yes, oregano, the same herb you sprinkle on pizza and pasta, is one of nature's most potent immune allies. But beyond its culinary charm, oregano is packed with antioxidants and essential oils that fight bacteria, viruses, and even certain fungi. It's especially powerful as an oil extract, oregano oil, which acts like a natural antibiotic. When used properly, a few drops of diluted oregano oil, taken under the tongue or in a warm drink, can help clear infections, soothe sore throats, and even reduce sinus congestion. Some people use it as a preventive measure during cold and flu season, while others keep it on hand for that first sign of a sniffle or scratchy throat. But here's what makes oregano truly special for those of us over 60. It doesn't just kill bad bacteria. It also supports digestion and gut health, which are deeply connected to immune strength. As we age, our gut lining can weaken, and our microbiome can shift. Oregano helps maintain a healthy balance, keeping harmful bacteria in check and giving your immune system a stronger foundation. I knew a man in his 70s who swore by oregano oil during the winter months. He called it his secret weapon. Not only did he stay well through flu season, but he also noticed fewer stomach upsets and a clearer head. "It keeps me clean on the inside," he said with a wink, and that's not far from the truth. So, here we are. 10 herbs, 10 gifts from nature that support the body in doing what it was designed to do: heal, protect, and thrive. Not with synthetic shortcuts or quick fixes, but with gentle, consistent nourishment. You don't have to take all 10 herbs at once. Start with 1 or 2 that feel right for you. Maybe chamomile to sleep better, or turmeric to ease your joints, or oregano when that tickle in your throat just won't go away. Let them become part of your rhythm, your rituals. Let them remind you that even now, your body is capable of strength and renewal. And remember, your immune system is not just about fighting off colds. It's your body's shield, its memory, its way of learning and growing from every challenge. It protects your energy, your clarity, your independence, and taking care of it is taking care of you. So here's what I'd love you to do. Take a moment to share in the comments. What health challenges have you been facing lately? Is it constant fatigue, trouble sleeping, colds that just won't quit? When you share your story, you not only get advice, you help others who may be feeling the same way. And if any part of this video resonated with you, if you learned something new or felt a spark of motivation, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people who need this kind of encouragement and support. Every click, every comment is part of building a community that cares about living fully, naturally, and joyfully at every age. Your journey doesn't stop at 60 or 70 or 80. With the right support, the right mindset, and a few herbal allies by your side, you can stay strong, vibrant, and full of life. Here's to living your best life, one herb at a time.